Hi, I'm Dr. Amy Robbins, and welcome to Life, Death, and the Space Between. I'm a clinical psychologist and medium, and I'm excited today to share with you another ghost story. If you are new to the podcast, ghost stories are my listeners, which means your way of sharing your incredible ghost stories with me. So if you've had stories of loved ones who have crossed over and given you incredible signs or synchronicities after they passed, please reach out and share your ghost story with me. And with that, here's today's ghost story. So this ghost story is actually a very special one for me to share because it is a personal friend's ghost story. And I had run into this friend at a school party, and she had said to me, I have this incredible ghost story to share. And she shared it with me, and I said, you have to write this down. You have to write this down. And she kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And finally, I ran into her again, and I said, please share your ghost story with me. It's so powerful, and I know how much other people would benefit from hearing it. So today, here is my very special friend's ghost story. My grandma passed away in February after a very long life, but the final 2 decades were stolen by dementia. She was physically present, but mentally removed, and her sweetness intact, but not her intellect. We felt such conflicting emotions surrounding her death, the tension between grief's heaviness and the release from watching her deteriorate. We have an unusually strong lineage of daughters in the family, and all share a deep spiritual connection. My grandma had 2 daughters, who in turn had 2 daughters. Now my sister and I each have 2 daughters, and my cousin is pregnant with her first daughter. A powerful matriarchal energy connects us all. Shortly after my grandma's passing, 2 significant moments occurred that gave us the signs we craved and the peace of mind we needed. These are the instances that have left a lasting mark. In my family, we ascribe certain animals to past loved ones, often with a humorous lens. We joke that my late grandpa comes through with rabbits, and it's not uncommon for bunnies to cross our paths at very specific moments. After my grandma died, my young daughter was adamant she needed a sign too. I asked what she thought it should be, and she shared her answer with great certainty. An owl. Unbeknownst to me at the time, my aunt had already landed on the same symbol through an earlier message from a medium. A wise owl felt fitting for a woman who was an avid reader, lifelong learner, former art docent, and a deeply patient person. Within 1 week of the funeral, I was meeting my sister and 2 cousins in Austin, Texas, for a small celebration of my cousin's upcoming wedding. The trip had been planned for months, and we flew from Cleveland, Minneapolis, Chicago, and Amsterdam to reunite. The timing was bittersweet as we were all deeply grieving our shared loss, but also wanting to honor the excitement of a new marriage. As 4 sensitive, spiritually attuned women, we were awash in feelings. My cousin from Amsterdam and I were the first to arrive at the hotel. We ended up chatting with a very kind man at the front desk who insisted he would walk us to their restaurant as it was a bit hard to find. He led us down a long corridor with frame painting after painting on the wall. He abruptly stopped and said, I want to talk about the artist of this painting. The subject? An owl. My cousin and I gasped. How often do you encounter a painting of an owl in a hotel hallway? On your first night after reuniting after your grandma's funeral? With a well-meaning employee who suddenly pauses to an image you would have never noticed otherwise? Our grandma knew her sign and made sure we did not miss it. My late Grandpa Maury, the more gregarious of the pair, was not what you'd call a musician. In fact, there's exactly one musically gifted member of our family, and it's my younger sister. However, my grandpa loved the song Old Man River from the musical Showboat. In younger years, he would bellow the song, drawing out the words as my sister sang and played along on the piano. For reasons I'll never know, this song touched a chord for him. And because he adored the lyrics, Old Man River became intertwined with his memory. A highly specific song played on my parents' piano in a loving duet with my sister. In our second night of this Austin trip, we went out to dinner and started to catch up on our lives. A woman at the next table leaned over to tell us what a wonderful energy we had. Afterwards, I ordered an Uber to head back to the hotel, less than a 10-minute ride. My sister and cousins were chatting in the back seat while I talked to the driver in front. Suddenly, I heard a few familiar notes and asked if he could turn up the volume. I had never before, not once in my life, heard Old Man River played on